Great to see Murabil Victorino though, improving a lot from his first practice. He's doing a 2:36.4 now. So compared to free practice 1, he did 2-minute 40.8. So huge improvements from himself and the likes of the Elephant Indonesia racing team. With this group that he's in, I think he can definitely drop down further. We should be able to see these riders bunching up timing-wise. I think they will feed off each other's slipstreams, and Hafiz Arufa as well on a fast lap as well.
Yeah, last big group. We've got probably 2/3 of the field in one camera shot now.
Yeah, so it's hard to pick out with each rider now because they're all just bunched up. We're looking at Amafazi Sham's timing on the bottom right of your screens. He's somewhere at the front of this group. You can see there he's a 4th rider as they all line up down the streets. I think I see Pierpong as well there at the back of the group.
You just look behind him, that was Pierpong.
So Amafi, it looks like he has a bit of an issue with his bike there, raising his hand.
Actually right in the middle.
Oh, I see what's wrong with Amafi's bike. His belly pin has fallen. That's a bit unfortunate. Oh, I see what's wrong with Amafi's bike. His belly pin has fallen. It looks like nothing more than a small issue for him, and they should be able to get that fixed. But right as they come across, the positions change again. Hafiz Arufa the only other rider into the 2:33s. So that puts him in 2nd. Wahyu IG as well goes up into 6, I believe, yeah, at 2:34.4.
Could be tough in front of him. So good to see those two experienced champions at the top end.
That's a great time from Kavita Kresna, 2:34.172. That puts him well within the reach of Amafazi Sham and Hafiz Arufa. So he'll be looking to find a few more tenths. Looking at Hafiza into turn 4 behind him. That is a poor Hafiza coming right off track there. You see some of the riders raising their hands. I think some of them have found a bit of what they want with the current setup. They might go back to pits. Looks like April King Mascardo there.
It looks like a mechanical problem. He's looking at the rear of the bike.
Oh, it's really unfortunate for April King Mascardo. He's a 2:36.284. He was doing decent in the session. I think he's looking to really push a bit more. But there's still 15 minutes left. He could make it back into the paddocks and get it back out. But it's 15 minutes isn't really long. And there's still this huge group of riders all bunched up into turn 9. Watch that. I still have Hafiz Arufa at the front of this group.
Yeah, it is. 24, yeah.
Just trying to see where Pierpong is in the 12th right now. 2:36.75 for him. He had a decent first sector, but he is at the back of this group. A lot of traffic in front of him. Come down now, turn 13 and 14 down there.
There's a hand up there.
Yeah.
Somebody else got a problem. This group is not going quickly. They're not really helping each other towards any better lap times. I was going to try and count the bikes in that shot, but I'll give them up.
Yeah. You can just see that a lot of the riders who are in the racing line, and then they put their hands up. So it really disturbs the pace of the other riders, I think, and it's not giving any fast sectors as we're looking at timing screens. But still 14 minutes left for these riders. This large group has still it's still a large group, but it has shrunk slightly with some of the riders coming back in. But Pierpont is still out there for the team one for all bike.
Yeah, I always do that too, Daniel. It's team all for one.
Oh, is it? Apologies.
Yeah, I think earlier on this morning I got it right for the first time in my life.
Yeah, 13 minutes left in this session.
Kilo.
Pierpont, every time I see him, he's being almost disturbed in his line. He can't get a clean lap yet.
Yeah, you'll see it different in the races. His racecraft is really good. He's quite experienced now.
Oh, huge moment there. I think that was one of the Idemitsu bikes. Oh, that's a huge crash there down at turn 3. That's Shao Shazras as a wildcard rider. Oh, that's a humongous crash for Shao Shazras.
That's really lucky that nobody else got caught up in that. That he was able to bounce up off the floor, but it's going to take a while to buff that out.
Let's see what happened here. It looks like a rider just came across his front corner and wasn't there. Oh, that's Pierpont that came on the... Just cut him off there, Pierpont did.
Yeah. In fact, he put his hand up.
Oh, that is... Shao Shazrat is really lucky to come away from that. The other riders to avoid that.
Yeah. Well, the bike landed. I mean, it landed badly in the sense of the destruction, but it landed off the... off the circuit.
Gosh, that was a huge moment there. But yeah, the session continues. It's great to see that Shao Shazras, of course, is fine. He walked away from that, and that is the most important thing. Now we're looking at the large group that we saw. Pierpont, I believe he was at the front of this group now. Let's see who Iman's already pulling off from this group. Iman seems to be struggling in this session so far. 2:37.362. He's not at his absolute best. Here we're looking at the back straight. Still, I think this is a group of about 9 riders.
Yeah, led by Pierpont this time. Looks like just being taken there by what was the Vietnamese rider, Duc
Tan, he has improved in the session. Duc Tan, he's doing a 2:38.515. So that's about a second improvement from practice 1. But his worry is that everyone else has improved as well.
That's right.
Puts him down into 17, so still a little bit more to be found with. See him there into turn 1. Leading this trio, I believe that's one of the SEK Honda machines behind him. He comes down into turn 3. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, that is the likes of Firdaus Hamdan, one of the new riders in this category.
Yeah, some formation flying going on here. It's perhaps a bid for a good lap time. I think that's both the Vietnam riders there.
I believe it's Ashraf Daniel in front of him. Now in front of the Honda Vietnam riders.
Vietnam, of course, they don't have any major racetracks, so coming back this season is after a 2-year break for them, basically, to come to a really mighty circuit like Sepang. It's quite something.
it is a challenge for the team to find that setup again because, yeah, as you mentioned, it's been 2 years. It's not a short time, so it is challenging, and it's great to see them not too far down the order, and they just need to find a little bit more, and they should be well in the fighting group.
Yeah, the riders have got what it takes, I think. But it was that long layoff in Indonesia, in Malaysia, in Thailand, in the Philippines. There was an active racing scene during that time, in India, of course, but not in Vietnam. They don't have the physical infrastructure there. So these guys, as you say, are doing well.
But it's be riding going on by this tree over here, and then you can see some hands being raised. Nevertheless, great to see these guys being able to compete and be within the mix. But for now, we have 9 minutes left in this session, and I believe most of the grid is in the pits as it is. You can see all the top 9, they've all gone back to the pit. So Murabil, Vitoni, Birapong as well.
Yeah, we'll be coming out for another maybe 2 flying laps before this session finishes, and then of course this class has 2 free practice sessions, and then they have qualifying. It's a different format to the other classes. They have qualifying this afternoon, and then the top 15 from qualifying will go into Super Pole tomorrow morning to determine the first 15 sprint places. If you haven't watched Super Pole before, don't miss it. It's really good. It makes total sense because in qualifying you'll see fast lap times set with the benefit of slipstream, but going off one at a time at 20-second intervals, it just isolates the rider and machine performance. So Super Pole is one of my favourite parts of the weekend. It's a really absorbing thing to watch. Pit lanes should be more crowded than the track at the moment.
Yeah, it looks really busy down there. All the mechanics and riders trying to find their last setup before the session ends. It will be a very quick end to this session for the riders because they have only 7 minutes now, and each lap takes them 2.5 minutes. So it's going to be a close call for them. Just trying to see. Yeah, it's really busy down there. For now, it's still Amafazi Shama. Superb so far from Amafazi Shama. 2:33.499, nearly half a second faster than Hafiz Arufa.
Yeah, those times were set some time ago. Those certainly those first 4. Gubita Krasner's come up well into 5th place ahead of his Indonesian sparring partner, Wahyu Trilaksana, the current championship leader, and Fazrul Sham, who's in the 135s. In fact, he's the only rider in the 135s at the moment. After him is Nazarul, Sifik, King. We don't know whether we'll see him again after his stoppage on track. I'm not sure where that was. Do you know where he went off, Daniel?
Couldn't really tell. It looked almost like turn 4, but the angle wasn't clear enough. But yeah, it's unfortunate for April King. He was on a decent time, so I think he could have definitely improved further down. But looks. Looks like it'll
saya masih mengikuti kejuaraan Asia Championship. Sebelumnya saya sudah mengikuti kejuaraan Eropa Championship, MotoGP di 2020. Saya tetap balap karena menurut saya balap itu bagian dari hidup saya. So alhamdulillah, just now practice 1, I got number 3. I don't have any strategy in FP1. My strategy is just to find my rhythm for evening qualifying. So on FP2, I will try my best to find my rhythm more to make myself in qualifying to get maybe in the top position or maybe in the top 10 or top 5. But surely I want to be in the Super Bowl tomorrow. Yeah, in the pre-practice 1 is good but not enough. We still find the best setup because 1 year more, no rest in Sepang. So we still find the best setup and now is issue Araser new. So I will need to improve for next practice to get the best lap time or do the lap time record before. So it's so exciting.
Welcome back. And looking at that camera shot, you can see exactly where we are. We're at Sepang International Circuit in the heart of Malaysia. Those distinctive buildings, grandstands, and the jungle-covered mountains in the background. We're